I'm building an all-white, all AMD AM4 small form factor gaming PC, and it all starts with this Coolermaster NR200P V2. You know, the best part about being a tech YouTuber is that I get to help people. Now, usually that means making videos like this and explaining various PC components. However, sometimes that means I get the opportunity to build a gaming PC for a friend, and that's exactly what I'm doing today. Now, this video serves two primary purposes. Number one, I get to build a PC for a friend, and number two, I get to clear out some old inventory. Most of the components I'm using today are PC parts that I purchased a long time ago, and they have been sitting in the closet collecting dust, and frankly, in some cases, some of these parts I even forgot I had. Now, with that being said, here's what's really cool about today's gaming PC. Number one, it's small form factor, which is not something I really do a lot of here on the channel. Number two, I did have to paint the case. And number three, I took advantage of 3D printing, and I cannot wait to talk more with you about that here soon. Here's the overall gist of what we're trying to accomplish. I recently went over and hung out with a friend, and while at his house, his wife had made the comment that she really wants to play Hogwarts Legacy. However, they're a little bit older. They're not really gamers. They don't have any gaming PCs. They don't have any consoles. So they don't really have a way of actually playing Hogwarts Legacy. I saw this as an opportunity to build them a gaming PC, make some content on it, and clear out my inventory. And so that's what we're doing here today. Now, with all that being said, they did recently renovate their home. They went with an all-white, light-wooded, modern aesthetic with a lot of natural lighting. And the reason why I bring that up is because the last thing I want to do is bring in some generic black box that's really big, taking up a lot of space and standing out like an eyesore. So with all that in mind, I wanted to go small form factor so that we could tuck it away somewhere where you wouldn't really have to see it. And if you did see it, I wanted to make sure that it did match their overall aesthetic in their home. And I do feel like I accomplished that here today. Without any further ado, let's get into the actual PC build. Unfortunately, I did not have a mini ITX motherboard, so I did have to purchase one, but thankfully it was around Black Friday, so I got a sell. I got the ASRock B550M ITX/AC AM4 AMD motherboard. This is a bare bones mini ITX motherboard, and it shows all the way around. It doesn't even have a built-in IO shield. I'm gonna be honest here, I completely forgot what it was like to use a motherboard that does not have a built-in IO shield. This was definitely a blast from the past, and I can't really say I enjoyed that aspect of it. I definitely enjoy my built-in IO shields, but yeah, that was very interesting. However, the motherboard does have built-in Wi-Fi and built-in Bluetooth, so that's good. And for the CPU, we're using an AMD Ryzen 5800X, 8 cores and 16 threads. And for the RAM, I have 16 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance DDR4 clocked at 3200 MTs. And for storage, I'm not using anything special at all here. This is just simply a 500 gigabyte NVMe SSD from Micro Center. It is their Inland Prime brand. And yes, unfortunately, this is a Gen 3 drive, so definitely nothing special, but it was something I already had laying around. I'm not going to use it for anything else, and it will definitely be good enough for what they plan to use it for. Now, for the cooling solution, I'm using a 240 millimeter AIO from Corsair. It is their iCUE H100i Elite Capellix. I'll have the exact model on the screen for you, but I purchased this thing all the way back in 2022. It does not have a lot of usage on it, so this thing still works totally fine with no issues. And again, it was literally sitting in my closet collecting dust, so I figured why not give it a shot. Next up is the power supply. Now for this, we are going with a little bit of a newer power supply. This is something that I did purchase within the last year, so it's not that old. It was definitely not collecting dust. I was using it for other projects, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't want to go out and buy a whole new power supply for this project. I can afford to part ways with this. So this is the Thermaltake Toughpower SFX 1000 watt 80 plus platinum ATX 3.1 power supply. This will definitely serve all of their needs. Actually, this is overkill. Now, speaking of overkill, the GPU is absolutely overkill. And trust me, I really wish on the GPU I had something a little bit older that I could have, used for this project. I'm not really super fond of parting ways with this, but we are going with an all-white, all AMD gaming PC. So that didn't really give me a lot of options. So I am using my ASRock Still Legend AMD Radeon RX 9070. Now, I've already covered this GPU on the channel before. You can check out that video if you're interested in it. And ASRock did send this GPU over for that video. However, for today's video, this is totally my decision to give my friend this particular GPU. Now, if you're an avid watcher of the channel, and if you're really paying attention, then you know I actually have two 9070s, the ASRock one and the one from Asus. And I'm giving him the ASRock one simply because it's white and it will match the build. Now, speaking of the all white build, again, going back to the Coolermaster NR200P V2, I bought it in black because it was way cheaper than buying it in white. But you know what? That's no problem. A little bit of sanding and a little bit of satin white paint goes a long way. And before you know it, boom, we have an all white NR200P V2. It literally looks like it came out of the box with the paint already on it. I'm actually very proud of how this paint job turned out because I'm not the best painter. I'm going to be honest about that, but I'm really proud of how this looks. Now, here's the kicker though, 3D printing. My buddy recently purchased a 3D printer and he's been printing a lot of stuff, and he actually purchased some filament that looks like wood. And so what we did is that we looked into 3D printing options for the NR200P, and honestly, there's a lot to choose from. So from there, we decided to print some new feet for the case. And so from there, we took off the old feet and we put on the brand new 3D printed feet that literally look like wood. I was really happy with how this turned out, and trust me when I tell you, this will absolutely match the aesthetic of their home. I'm so happy about this. And finally, the icing on the cake is we decided to 3D print the Hogwarts logo and put it right there on the front. It matches the overall reason why we're building the PC to begin with, and it also matches that white and wood aesthetic that we're going for. Now, my wife decided to go in and paint each individual section of that logo to use the Hogwarts house colors, and honestly, I think it came out great, and I'm super proud of how this looks. So really, honestly, I couldn't ask for more on this PC build. I think my friends are going to be very happy whenever they see this. Now, in addition to all of that, I'm also providing them with an Xbox One wireless controller and the Xbox wireless adapter, and also an Xbox controller holder that can be mounted to the side of the PC if they choose to do so. And also, just for fun, I decided to throw in a couple of Harry Potter related stickers, and they can use them however they see fit. And now, with all that being said, just so you know, after this project was over, I decided to go and buy myself a 3D printer. I see the practical use cases of it, and I'm a big fan now of 3D printing. So I do plan to show off some more 3D printed projects here on the channel. So let me know what questions you have related to 3D printing, and I'll be sure to try to answer that down below in the comment section. And now finally, without any further ado, how does this PC perform in Hogwarts Legacy? Well, in Hogwarts Legacy, I set everything to high, so they'll still get great graphical fidelity without overly stressing the system. Ultra is a little bit problematic in this game. They will be playing on their living room PC, so more than likely that resolution of the TV will be 4K. So I'm using AMD FSR 3 set to the quality preset. And so what that means is that it will now have a native 1440p image, and then it will upscale to the 4K TV. So that way it will always preserve the image quality, but still give great performance all the way around. And with these settings, we're coming in over 100 FPS with no problems at all. And honestly, if I wanted to, or if I needed to, I could take it a step further by enabling frame generation. AMD does support frame generation now on their 9000 series GPUs. And so the RX 9070 does have support for frame generation, and Hogwarts Legacy has been updated to take advantage of that. However, as you can see here, that is not needed because the game is running totally fine. And again, this will be on a living room TV, so at best, they can only expect to get 120 FPS natively on that TV. And I also did some independent testing, and I did confirm that with frame generation on a TV, once we go above the TV's refresh rate, we do see screen tearing. So that's going to take away from the experience, so I am leaving frame generation turned off. I really think my friends will be absolutely blown away with this PC, or at least I hope so. Oh, and for those wondering, I did install Windows 11 on here, but I did debloat it using the Titus tech tool. And on top of that, I do have Steam Big Picture launching automatically the moment they load into Windows. And so yes, I am trying to make it more like a console experience for them. Plug and play, super easy to turn on and get started. I was gonna put Bazite OS on it because I know a lot of people are really talking about the Steam machine right now. The problem with that is that if they ever wanted to use this like a real PC, they're not gonna have any idea what Linux is. And so I just wanted to make sure I could put something on there that wouldn't feel so foreign to them, just in case. Anyway, thank you for understanding. Now, I look forward to talking to you down below in the comment section. Let me know what you think about this PC build. And I know a lot of you are not going to be happy with that 240 AIO being so old, but I feel confident it's going to hold out. I feel confident it's going to be totally fine. And again, not only was I trying to build a gaming PC for a friend, I was also trying to clear out my existing inventory, taking up space in my closet. And I'm glad I did that because I was able to get rid of a lot of stuff with this project. Anyway, I look forward to talking to you down below. If you're new here, please get subscribed, hit that like button because it goes a long way in helping me out. And until next time, ASRock out.